Fresh Waterways here in Ocean Shores. My name's Ernie Nelson. We're putting on a program to show the beauty and some of the important people that we've had help us clean up our waterways and do things for the Ocean Shores Fresh Waterways and the citizens of Ocean Shores. And on my right, I have Ken Lamp here, a gentleman that has came on board and has really supported the Fresh Waterways. And of course, he works for the city, and we couldn't get much done without him. Kathy Hamill has been a great friend and really helped for many years here with our waterways and helped us get our first grant for grass carp and all that good stuff. And had a really fun time. And this is Nancy Neff, Great Harbor knocked the Swede board. Control board, I almost forgot where she worked.
And you're my boss.
Yeah, you're on the board too, that's pretty bad.
And of course, Kathy is with the Washington State Ecology Department, and we want to really thank her for all the great help she has been. And we're just going to do kind of informational and do some things on the waterway, show people the water.
There's our deer.
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
We got deer up on the bank. This morning I was really, while I was waiting to get over here, I was waiting at my house looking out at the canal, and the deer walked up and just walked right in the canal and swam across the canal.
Oh.
Got it.
That's pretty cool, and now you can see them because the weeds are
Yeah.
going a lot better.
Now they swim instead of walking across.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Jean Woodward told me she saw 2 fawns being born this morning.
Oh, wow.
Right in her yard.
So anyway, that's pretty cool. And I guess anybody wants to say anything can.
This has been an enjoyable odyssey. I came on board with the city 4 years ago. I think one of the early people I talked to was Kathy at the Department of Ecology. Obvious need was to clean up the waterways. You could almost walk across some of them with between the Brazilian Philodea and the Eurasian milfoil. The grass carp were working at it, but weren't quite adequate. So it was targeted with herbicides like they'd used prior to the 90s. And it's been a 2-year program to clean the waterways, partnering with the Department of Ecology, the citizens of Ocean Shores. It's been a spendy process, but right now the waterways are in great shape. I've seen more people fishing this spring than ever since I got here. So it's been an exciting development in the city.
You didn't hardly see anybody fishing here before last. You couldn't even get your boat out in the water to go fishing, so it's been really rewarding to see these people out there. And there's groups that do triathlon and kayaks and all kinds of different things on the water, and they're really excited that they can move forward on the water.
So let's say I'm an avid boater and I like to go from lake to lake to lake. Is there something I can do as a boater?
Keep the speed down.
Keep the speed down?
Yeah.
Wakes in these banks. When they built this town, they did a plat first, and they laid out where the waterways would go. And then they came back and dredged out the waterways, which raised the land, gave the building sites a little bit of height, but created the waterways, and they're just dredged in sand. And the only thing that's really holding those banks is vegetation. You get too much weight going. It's just like you go to the beach, you dig a hole in the sand, you swish some water around in it, and it caves in. And that's all we have here. This is beach sand. So it's hold the weight down, maintain the vegetation on the sides, treat it with a little bit of respect. Luckily, when they platted it, they left a little strip of city property along a lot of the frontage. Deer in the yard.
Yeah, really stretching out to get some.
They left a little strip of city property, or property that goes with the track that's the waterway. So we have some control. Now in past years they didn't exercise that control too well, and so you see a lot of older bulkheads and things, full frontage. We've gotten away from that. I don't issue permits for bulkhead except very infrequently now, and we require to be the lip wad protection for the bank. And it does two things. It protects the waterway, And people really enjoy the natural appearance. That's a lot of the comment we get when people come out here and boat around the waterways, is how lush and green and natural it is in most areas.
That really helps with the nutrients too. If you can have that buffer of plants there that help absorb any fertilizer use or anything, nutrients coming off.
And I think that's a good management tool for geese too, isn't it?
Absolutely,
That you got
yes.
lawn right to the water. The geese go, hey, let's
Yeah.
go and have a picnic and use the restroom and
Yeah, you
all
can-
over your lawn and
And your dog.
Uh-huh.
And everybody.
Absolutely, but if you got like that vegetation line right there, there's no way a goose is going to go up in that area. But you know, I've seen it a lot of lakes. You know, the natural vegetated areas, no geese, and then you see the one with the beautiful lawn all the way down to the water's edge, and what do you see? But 50 geese all walking around that lawn.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. it
well, they do
is.
mow the lawn for you, but
They do. They do.
I like a strip like this,
And
which
for
is
boys.
all natural
Yeah, that's
vegetation.
really great.
It's all maintained.
yeah,
and
but
yet
they
they
can
still have
see.
their view.
Yep.
So yes, I mean that's ideal.
The geese and a whole flock of
There's your geese.
mallards.
You know,
Look at the geese in the yard.
oh yeah.
Also anyway, thank you, and we'll see you next time. One of our friends on the beach.